Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 19th to the 25th of June 2023. So we're in the week of the summer solstice, when the sun passes over the peak point in the zodiac and moves from Gemini to Cancer, and from here on in the light hours will start to contract, and we're in the second half of the year. So it's always time for pause and reflection, and it's worth knowing that the solstice and equinoxes tend to be 3-day events. So we're looking here at 21, 22, 23. So try not to have too busy a week. Have a reflection, a bit like a full moon time of year. It's full sun. What has happened in the last 6 months? What have you grown towards? What have you achieved? What have you experienced and learnt from? And then from that we can leave some of the baggage behind and just take the seed of the message forwards as we start this new half year. We have Mercury in Gemini bringing lots of inspiration and sudden messages, so it's always good not to be too busy, because then we're open and able to receive messages and to notice some of them as they go on around us all the time, but often we're too busy either externally or in our heads. So coming out of the new moon into the solstice with Mercury up there as well, there's lots of space to watch and listen, to observe, to reflect back, and to clear some space. At the time of the new moon, Saturn turned retrograde in Pisces, and I feel that the lesson here until the 3rd of November will be to observe where we try to control or use our power to influence situations or other people, because there's a much simpler way of having a positive effect on our lives, and that's to actually hold a pure and genuine tone and be the energy that you want to align with, and let the outside world actually come and meet you. But we're very much in a societal structure where we're taught to try and to reach out and to plan and control and pressurize. So Saturn taking a retrograde there, go in and find where your real power and control is, and take responsibility for your vibration, and even play with it a little. Watch, if you change your vibration, how the outside world then changes to reciprocate. So maybe try that on something non-vital. But as Pluto will be heading into Aquarius for a long stint from January next year, that's where we realise we're the transmitter-receiver, and we have the power by being responsible for what we're transmitting actually is then what we receive back on. So some huge energies there, but we can actually get ready for that with this Saturn retrograde. You're influencing the world around you. You don't stop at your skin barrier. Your energy leaves the body and harmonically attracts back. And if you do want control in your world, then control what you're putting out rather than trying to fix the external. So it's a looking back over the last 6 months, and then having a look at what the tasks are, what the workshops are for the 6 months coming up as we prepare for 2024's Pluto into Aquarius transition. But we do actually have something going on over the summer, which is a Venus retrograde in Leo. So Venus is the heart centre, and Leo is the courage, heart. So it's the warmth of the heart. So the heart and the solar plexus, around that kind of area. And with Venus going retrograde in Leo, very close to Mars, we're going to have most definitely some relationship recalibrations. And the big picture will always be, what's your relationship with yourself? You can't expect love from another if you're not giving it to yourself first. So that will be the bottom line being shored up there. But depending on where this falls in your chart, and by that I mean which house, then you'll be able to see in advance which area of your life is up for a heart recalibration over the summer. So the dates are this week, 20th of June to the 23rd of July. That's the awareness phase, as all retrogrades work the same way as a Mercury retrograde, which is the first phase is awareness, then the actual retrograde phase is recalibration, and the third phase, direct again, is higher awareness and improvement and clarity. So 20 June to 23 July is the awareness phase. We're looking here at what comes up in the heart, what comes up in relationships with ourselves, with others. There's creativity there as well, again depending on where that is in your chart. So an example of that would be if it's in the 5th or the 11th house, you're looking at creativity and sociability, those kind of issues, friendships. But if you were looking at a very strong relationship story, you'd need to have Leo in the 7th or 8th house for that to really bring the depth of what we think of as relationships. Then 24 July to the 3rd of September is the actual retrograde. So what comes up now, we get the awareness of it. What do I need to change in myself? What do I need to actually recalibrate in order that I can be in greater harmony and balance? And then the 4th of September to the 7th of October is the onwards and upwards greater awareness phase. So mark those dates in your diary, find where Leo is in your chart. The houses are marked in sections, like slices, with numbers at the middle of your chart, so you can find out which numbers are involved, and then you can easily find out what those houses represent. It really isn't difficult. But if we do actually walk these journeys, finding these transits and aspects and where they're happening for us, we can get great and deep meaning. And for the last 6 months or so, I feel that the retrogrades have been incredibly strong, possibly stronger than new moons and full moons, and holding so much vital information and insight and revelation that it would be a shame to miss out. So on the whole, Venus in Leo, very golden, very creative, very outward, very warm, going retrograde, going into our heart to find our own warmth, our grace, our creative inspiration, very much learning to lead with the heart and the energy field rather than push things forward with the head. But for all of these retrogrades and a lot of the strong transits, you'll find that things in your outer life come almost as messengers, or sometimes it even feels like a cosmic role play. Things will pop up as players in the game so that you can learn what it is that you need to learn. So here we don't blame the messenger, but we actually look with curiosity and we realise, this is actually something that's playing out to show me the greater meaning, so let me go in and find that. So solstice week, looking back 6 months to where we've climbed up with the sun, give ourselves credit, let go of any baggage, take a breather as we enter the second half of the year. And the backdrop, Saturn retrograde till November and Pluto till December, so those are undercurrents in the next 6 months. But over the summer, we've got our mission papers, which is to pay attention to Venus retrograde in Leo. The degrees there are from 12 degrees to 28. So if you're going to be precise about it, that's the section of Leo that you'll be looking for. If you would like help finding Leo in your chart and charting these waters as they come up, I am available for readings, zoehines7@gmail.com. Do astrology, tarot, numerology. I teach all those as well, so I can do the reading for you, or you can learn with me, as it brings such peace of mind, and there's a sense of priority and pacing, that we're always at the right place at the right time with a focus on the right thing. So it's a very relaxing study when you start to work with natural time, receiving the insights and getting the deeper meanings as we go. Post these videos on my YouTube channel, zoeastro, and on my Instagram, zoehines7, and Facebook @astrozo. Please do like and share if you can, to help to get these videos out to a wider audience. So wishing you a wonderful solstice. Breathe, reflect, inquire, observe, listen, and as we start to see the first inklings of what Venus retrograde will bring, maybe even keep some notes as well so you can document your story. So those are the horoscopes for this week, and I'll see you next week.